Peace. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How we all doing? I hope everybody's having a pleasant day. This channel here, man, is called the Atheist Experience. They have Christians come in, and basically they like to humiliate the Christians and stuff. Well, everybody on this channel here knows what I teach, right? So I'm going to be uploading this on my other channel because my channel on YouTube has 2 strikes, and if I upload it on that, these guys might strike me for using their content. So give me 1 second. I gotta check on a video right now. So I'm just gonna let this play, and then I'll critique it as it goes along. Folks, this is desperate for people not to hear anything about the reality of this plane of existence when I teach 666. Nobody can deny what I teach about 666. And this is how people react when you share this information with it. These are 2 atheists, all right? So they had another guy on the show. They talked to him for 24 minutes and 5 seconds. And we're going to see how long they allow me to talk.
Okay. I might be a fan
thanks a lot for having me on the show.
Yeah, what you got for us today?
Well, to start off, man, you gotta look at the parables. I know that atheists don't like to go into the parables, but in order for me to prove to an audience, well, good, okay. 22:13 of Revelation says, "I am the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end."
That's a parable, but
what does this parable say?
Okay, folks, it doesn't matter whether it's a parable or not. It's in the Bible. A parable is a story that's being told as a lesson. It's a metaphor. So whatever he says, this is the condescending nature that starts right away.
That is not considered a parable. That particular reference is not in the slightest by any biblical scholar, as far as I know, considered a parable. But despite
you
that...
You can say once upon a time God said, "I am the Alpha and the Omega," and that would make it a parable.
Yeah, but parables are specifically, as far as I know, and please, if there are any scholars or anything out there, please eviscerate me on this, but as far as I know, the term parable is specifically used for the supposed or, words of Jesus that are written through the Gospels, in which Jesus was actively using a not real story to teach a message to his followers.
Okay, he's partly accurate now. Watch. Definition of parable. Folks, I don't play around, man. If people are going to say something, then I point out what they don't understand. A parable is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. Okay? So they're riddles. It's a lesson. So regardless of what it was, he was already on the attack. He's already trying to belittle me with something so inept. It didn't matter. All I was trying to do was make a point, and he immediately cut me off, all right? So as told by Jesus in the gospel. So let's take a look at the parable that I was looking at. Revelations chapter 22, verse 13, Bible Hub. Okay, this is the parable that I was referring to him about. I am the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. And he's saying that this isn't a parable. And here it is, Jesus is coming, and Jesus is saying, "Behold, I'm coming soon." Jesus is talking, so I don't know what he's talking about, why he would say such a thing. But like I said, it doesn't matter. It was a distraction. It was something that didn't matter at all. But they're already on the attack. They're already they're condemning, they're mocking, they're condescending already right off the bat, you can tell.
That's the only time that parables are actually used. Like Moses talking to the Israelites is not a parable.
And see how polite and kind and quiet I am? I'm not trying to interrupt him. I'm listening to what he says. But anytime that I start getting on a roll, they cut me off. They mute me. Watch.
But I don't know that it's terribly important. What were you saying about the parables? Why do you like them so much, I guess?
Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to expand on that. Anyways, so Jesus in this parable if it's not a parable, however you want to say it, in this revelation, I should say for you, says that he's the Alpha and the Omega. What does this mean? The Alpha is the first letter of the Aleph, which is the Hebrew alphabet. The Omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. So it's telling you that these two parables, this language that they speak in Israel, Jerusalem today, is not the true dialect of the Hebrew audience. The first is the first of firstborn. Jesus is the firstborn. He's also the last. He's the last supper. What's the firstborn? The firstborn is 1 Colossians 1:15. For the Son, Jesus Christ, is the image of the invisible God, firstborn over all creation.
John, hang on a second. John, hang on.
See, they're cutting me off, and all I wanted to do is finish. I have been talking for them for less than 2 minutes now, and they're already cutting me off.
We don't understand what's going on.
I know that you want to continue. No. I understand that John is protesting and wants to continue talking. But the reason I'm stopping you, John, is because I looked over at Armin's face, and his face was very similar to the look on my face, which was just one of deep confusion. So I'm not at all following where you're going with this. I'm not at all following what you're talking about. Speak to us like we're 5 and lay it out.
Give me a sec.
Like they're 5.
13:18. Here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. This parable exactly is speaking about the man that's created on the 6th day of creation in an image of God. In Genesis 1:27, it says, Then God said, let us make mankind in our image. And in the image of God, he created him. One man, male and female. This is where you get your he's and thems, because if you pop over to Genesis 5:2, this is where you're talking about they in the day created.
So what does this,
unmuted you,
John?
John.
This proves.
Following?
Okay, I got it completely. Got it. This makes complete sense. And the conclusion is that Jesus is what?
Yeah. So I'm going to unmute you again. Armin said he's following. What's the conclusion from all of this?
The conclusion is that it's a riddle. We're supposed to be finding out who 666 is. It's telling us that it is a beast. All right? So who's the number?
And who is it?
Jesus Christ is 666. Let me end with this. Jesus is the beginning. What is the beginning? The beginning is time. What is time? 60 seconds, 60 minutes, and 24 hours in a day.
And I forgot to say 2 + 4 is 6. That is 666. The beginning is the beginning of the fall. But they weren't going to... Look, I was trying to rush so much in my speech because they kept cutting me off and muting me and stuff, and then they'd start asking questions. Okay? I'm trying to reach an audience. You can't reach an audience when you have somebody like this mediating and cutting you off.
And it also says that Jesus is the Word. Jesus in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This is supposedly Jesus once again. When you add
but we got it. We got it. We got the point. So are you saying that Jesus is the devil? Are you saying?
See, they cut me off right there again. They were cutting me off. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. When you add the total sum of the Word, it comes to 60, and the Word said 3 times in the parable is 666. In the beginning, it tells you that Jesus is the beginning. I am the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning. What is the beginning? The beginning is Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God/Jesus created the heaven and the earth, a lower dimensional God. You guys don't understand that you're living inside of a simulation. Okay, there's so much going on, and atheists think that they have all the answers to it. And the thing, you know what's sad about it is, I like these guys. I sit and listen to them. I listen to the Atheist Experience all the time because atheists have a lot of good points about what's going on inside of the Bible, man. But you're never going to get through to each other unless you're able to talk about a serious subject and not trying to make light of it or trying to mock people. In order to receive wisdom from the Supreme Spirit of Truth, you have to close your eyes to everything that's been said on this plane of existence. You have to empty your glass to take on the 666 information that I share.
Saying that the
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you got to
understand the Antichrist.
Okay, no, forget the Antichrist. And the devil is the one. Do you also think that the devil is the one who is like lead us astray and like tries to get us not to obey God and give in to our sins? Is that the devil also, or is that a different person?
The devil is the first man that's created in the 6th day of creation. That Revelations 13:18 has everything.
Boom. Adam, he just asked in question. Adam. Yes, Adam. That's what I'm saying. 1 Corinthians 15:45 Bible Hub. Yes, Adam. Look. So it is written, a first man Adam. There's a first man Adam that became a living being. That's a lie. The first man Adam is not a living being. Okay? It's the walking dead because it's created in an image, and it's the last man Adam that's a life-giving spirit. This is the Adam that Yeshua. This is the Adam, the devil. Okay? One was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The other was sent to all the world.
That's not my question. My question is the devil also in your ideology, in your belief system, is the devil also the guy that leads us into our temptation and makes us sin, or no? Is the devil the good guy here or the bad guy?
Well, as we're talking, he's supposed to be the bad guy, of course. I'm still trying to get to the point here.
So you think the devil is the good guy?
If you haven't gotten to the point yet, John, I just have no idea how we're going to figure that out.
I don't believe that.
Exactly, because they don't listen. Because you're interruptive, you're mocking, you're condescending. You can tell right from the beginning. Now, this guy over here, he seemed open to the conversation, okay? He really was. He's asking questions, but they weren't allowing me. This is what atheists do. They ask you a question, and then they don't allow you to answer the question. They'll cut you off in the middle of it. They do it every time. I've been in this battle and war long enough to know it. And the thing is I listen to these people. I like them. I think they say a lot of funny shit that makes me laugh, man. But then when I come in and I try talking and being respectful to people and they mock me, it doesn't go over well with me. I don't take kindly to people that that mock. By this man's very own words himself, he says, if you don't know both sides of the argument, then you shouldn't be here arguing anything. Okay? So he just shut me down, both of them, about 666, about an argument that they know nothing about. So they try to abruptly get me off their show as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
That was the good guy.
Okay.
Okay, so is the devil the bad guy or the wait? So the devil is the good guy or the bad guy?
Jesus is the devil. He's the bad guy.
Okay, so Jesus is bad.
That's what I'm saying. Jesus is 666. That's what I'm saying. You keep cutting me off.
Right. They keep cutting me off. So here, since they cut me off, let me show you what I was telling you. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, Bible Hub. Okay? So God created man in his own image. This is going on the 6th day of creation. This has everything to do with the parable that I'm speaking about. Revelations 13:18. Here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. They're talking about the 6th day of creation. But they don't want to hear the full complex answer. They want to start mocking you and cutting you off, and then they want to cut jokes and stuff. Why? Because they're not in the truth. The atheist argument about God with somebody that doesn't understand God, with somebody that knows God, is nothing but a hamster wheel. The atheist will say to you over and over like a broken record, show us evidence of God's existence. And I could say the same thing to you. Show me evidence that God doesn't exist. The fact that we can communicate and that there's intelligent life within us tells us that intelligent life came from a creator. You can't have creation without a creator. You can't have a painting without a painter. You can't have a sculpture without a sculpt this. You can't do these things. So intelligent design was behind a flesh suit. Absolutely. The electrification of the materialized world. And this God here is important to understand is Elohim. That's plural. Okay. And plural means what? Plural means many. And this is why you have the word man in many, because these are your gods, your other gods. Remember right here, what does it say? It says up here, then God said, let us. Why doesn't this say, then gods spoke with one another and said, let us? Then God said, let us make mankind in our image and likeness to rule over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the livestock, and over the earth itself, and every creature that crawls upon it. So God created man in his own image, and this is key to salvation. This man created in an image means the root meaning is to shade. Okay? To shade. Shade what? Our souls, our light, our essence, our being. To shade our light in a skin suit. This is why we cast shadows. We've become phantoms. Look, folks, I make connections. I make the Bible make sense. So now we know that a phantom is what? The noun for phantom is a ghost, which is the figment of the imagination. What is the imagination? It is an I'm a jinn nation, spelling jinn, J-I-N-N, the jinn nations, the beast nations. So a phantom is a ghost. And what? Right here. Right here. But Jesus let out a loud cry and breathed his last. King James Bible, and Jesus cried with a loud voice and gave up the ghost. Jesus gave up the ghost. Say it with me. Jesus gave up his ghost. A ghost is the spirit of the dead. Jesus gave up his ghost. The spirit of the dead. The ghost is a demon. The ghost is a devil. The ghost is a phantom. The ghost is shaded. Right here, a shadow. Right here, look. Learn how to read the Bible. Shade. This man created in an image is shaded. It's a jaded. It's an illusion. What's an illusion, folks? Here, let me break it down simple for you, man, in case you guys don't know. An illusion is a false impression on reality. Right there. An illusion is a false impression on reality. So this God here on the sixth day of creation, God, Elohim, which is plural, man, many men, other gods, in God we trust on the back of your dollar bill, and gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used. This God here is used of a supreme God. There is something outside of this plane of existence, is the power and force that moves all things in place. He created good. He created evil to create itself. He allowed evil to create itself on the sixth day of creation. This God Elohim is plural, okay? And it created itself in an image of God. The supreme God says that you're not to worship any graven images. So this man created on the sixth day is an idol. Bam! In your atheist face, brother. Since you didn't want to listen to me while I was talking on your show because you want to be so condescending when I am a loving, caring, tender, warm-hearted person to those that really seek the truth. But you can tell by these two's demeanor, they're not looking or seeking truth. They're here to mock people and make jokes and laugh at them.
I'm trying to tell you that when you add the sum of the word,
James, John.
See, they cut me off both times when I was going to go to John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. When you add the total sum of the Word, it comes to 60. 6 plus 0 is 6, and the Word said 3 times in the parable is 666, folks. Jesus is telling you he's the beginning. He's the beginning in both of these parables. You can't hide from what it is I'm sharing with you. You can't act stupid like you don't understand what I'm saying. It's right here in front of your face. He says to me, talk to us like we're 5-year-olds. Bro, I can't break it down for you any simpler. I can't make it any easier for people to understand 666. If you don't understand that I just proved to you by Jesus saying he's the beginning, and that the beginning in Genesis 1:1 is the beginning of construct. It's the commencement of time. It's the commencement of 60 seconds, 60 minutes, and 24 hours, and 2 + 4 is 6. That is 666. Jesus said that he is the beginning. I didn't say it. Jesus said it. Swallow the pill. You guys want to go with me? I'll call on your show every week, man. I'll talk to you. I'll bring you information. You don't understand the Bibles. You guys just want to mock. And I like you guys because I like Mark Dillahunty, man. I think that the atheists have a lot of strong points against the Bible and these gods in the Bible. Well, that's what I teach, man. I teach that the gods of the Bible are all evil gods, okay? The God that you're talking about, Yeshua, who is sent out from outside of this war, this guy here, Armin, I guess his name is, he sent Yeshua, okay? Also, Hebrews call him Yahushai, and the Israelites call their God Yahweh or Yahweh or even Yah, and that could be a trinity. And the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob could be a trinity. And Israel, if you put a question mark on it, Israel. El is the God of electricity. God El is the supreme. So there are many other gods, and Jesus is the one that's created in an image of God, and the supreme spirit of truth, something that creates all things, is the one that's saying you're not to worship any graven images. So when God says he made man in an image right away, that's going against the spirit, because the spirit wants us to worship him in spirit and truth.
Taking too long. We have other callers. I'm trying to get to the conclusions. So Jesus is evil and he's the devil, and God. Okay, so explain that. So Christianity is a religion of the devil?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. Well, you heard it here,
what
folks.
is the true religion? So what is the true religion? What do we have to do?
No religion is true on the face of this earth. Religion is designed for us to kill each other.
Okay, you have Elohim, you have Eloheka. All of these gods, El, are of a plural of Eloah.
See, I'm talking about something that they don't understand. I'm mentioning other names and stuff inside of the Bible. They're becoming confused. Well, this is what I try to teach everybody, is that there are multiple gods. If the supreme God gave you the very first commandment, you shall not worship any other gods, then guess what? You shall not worship any gods. That's telling you that other gods exist. That God that created himself in an image of God is Jesus, proven in the scriptures. Okay?
Eloah is gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used of the supreme creator. This is where people are getting lost. They don't understand that there is a lower dimensional God that created this plane of existence. Satan created this plane of existence, and he trapped us into this our souls in the flesh. Look, what's the definition of an image in the Bible? To shade a phantom. It's an illusion. It's a representative figure.
John, can you?
Created on
I got you muted.
John, this seems like an amazing. No.
Just rambling, man. This is what he said. Let me show you guys again. Okay? This man created in an image is the root meaning to shade, a phantom. It's an illusion, a resemblance, hence the representative figure, especially an idol. Okay? That's Belsalamo. Okay? It means also to what? Watch. Strong's Concordance 6754. Salim. Look at this word Salim right here. Okay? The Greek Hebrew definition. Bible tool from an unused root meaning to shade a phantom. Our skins have been our souls have been cast into skin suits. Ezekiel chapter 31, verse 3, Bible Hub. The Assyrian, Satan, a cedar in Lebanon. Satan is the tree of knowledge of good and evil with beautiful branches. Over here, King James Bible, with fair branches. What does that mean, huh? What does that mean? Definition of fair. Let's see. The hair, blonde, yellow, yellowish, to a degree. A beautiful woman pursuing his fare in solitary streets. Looks like it's faring off someone. Here's the one I was looking for. A person having a light complexion. So Satan, yes, you're going to hear me say it. Satan was a light colored man. Fair branches means light skin. You guys don't know how to read the Bible. I do know how to read the Bible. Nobody's ever going to mock what I'm teaching. I laugh at you guys. I'm just like God says he is going to laugh at your calamity, man, because when the truth is presented to you guys, you mock. And with a shadowing shroud, right there, his shadowing shroud, this one created in an image is to shade. We've been shaded in a skin suit, folks. Woo! I'm on fire, man. This is what happens when you get the Spirit rolling up inside of me. I will roll you over like a freight train, scare you guys off with information you have nothing or know anything about. And that's exactly what Ezekiel means when it says of high stature, a shadowing shroud and of high stature, his tops among the bows. Why has he got high stature? Why, folks? Because right here, God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it. Rule the fish over the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, every creature that crawls upon the face of the earth. And then God, what? He saw that it was good. God blessed, said, behold, I have given you every seed of the earth and face of all the earth and every tree whose fruit contains seed. They will be yours as food. Okay. We need one more, and then I think we might be able to get to 31 from there. And to every beast of the earth and every bird of the air, the beast of the earth here, you're reverting back to here. Genesis chapter 1, verse 25, Bible Hub. Nobody teaches this Bible the way that I do. Nobody's figured these things out, man. That guy asked me in the interview, why did I figure it out? Because I was humble, right? God made the beast of the earth according to their kinds. God made the beast of the earth. This here is this right here. Images of the United Nations. Right here. These are the beasts of the earth. These are the United Nations. These are the beast nations. These are the nations that placed the children of God, the true chosen children of God, into slavery. Taking a look here, what's it say? The United Nations Ministry. So we've become now a new world, a one world order. The one world order has fallen into account, folks. It's all here right now. Why? Because this used to be the General Assembly of the United Nations. Now it's no longer the General Assembly of the United Nations. It used to be the United Nations stock photos. Here, atheists like to laugh about the flat earth and stuff. They don't. The bottom line is the earth. Look at these flags. Let me ask you, is this flag down here, all the way down here, any lower to the ground as we see it sinking into the ground? No, they're the exact same high. Such is the same with perspective of eyesight. All points are converging on a center line right at the horizon line right here. And if you had another frickin' 50 flags to go on, they'd look like they were down there completely in the ground. Woo! Nobody can touch this, man. Nobody.
No. This is great. Can you email this to us? I want the access to this.
He wants me to email it because they don't want me talking on the show. They're acting like they're also, look, they've disabled the chat because once they kicked me out, they didn't let me keep going on about 666. I went to the stream and I started commenting in the stream. All right? Talking more about 666 because they cut me off. So then the moderators cut me off. And now they've disabled the stream to this chat because I was in there talking about 666. These demons know what it is. You can just tell. You saw the guy's eye pop out of his head like Katy Perry when I said it. And it's a shame, man, because all I do is I have this desire in my heart to teach the truth. I am not one that's full of lies.
Because we don't have time to go through all of your evidence. I just want this because we atheists often ask Christians, how do you know that Jesus was not the devil, right? And we just make that as a, exercise, just to show that they don't have evidence for either way. But now we actually could provide like all these guys investigative research to make our case even stronger. But this is very interesting.
I got a question. See, I kind of like this guy. He says it's very interesting. This guy here, he's just mocking. You can tell, condescending the whole time, trying to make a joke of what I'm saying. And this guy here was, he was asking questions. I guess it's this guy's here's show because he's the one that cut me off. You could tell that he was very abrupt at the end when he shuts me down.
Interesting because Elliot, I don't know if you know this, but in early Christianity, there was an idea. There were Christians who thought that Yahweh is evil. And Jesus is the good guy, and Jesus and Yahweh are not the same person, and Jesus is trying to save humanity from the evil Yahweh. And that's how they demonstrated, that's how they explain.
And because he said that, let's go here. 15:3 Exodus Bible Hub. See, the Lord here is Yahweh. That's who he's talking about. All right? This God here is self-existing or eternal. But this all has to do with technology. That's another lesson. It's something that, you guys, you could, if you can't empty your glass and comprehend this information that I'm sharing with you, then it wouldn't do me any good to break out the scriptures and start telling you that when Jesus comes down on the cloud, that they're talking about the internet. Jesus is 666. When you take the word computer and you add the sum of the increments going 6, 12, 18, 24 for each letter of the alphabet, the word computer comes to 666. And the first computer ever purchased was for $666.66. So I tell people we live in a simulation. So when Jesus comes down off the cloud, what do you think they're talking about? They're talking about the quantum computer, a quantum internet. I know things that you guys don't have a clue what's being said in this Bible. And anybody who mocks it, man, I'm sorry for you, man, because I got good stuff.
All the differences between how the Old Testament and the New Testament, because the personalities of Yahweh and Jesus seem to be so different. And Jesus was here on earth trying to save us from this evil. So now we have a guy that is saying the opposite, that the God is good, the Father is good, and Jesus was the devil. This is new to me. I've never heard. Here's the question. Is he still online? John, are you still online?
Oh yeah, I just had him muted. I'll unmute you again, John.
I want to know how come nobody else has figured this out. Like, I don't want you to provide me with the evidence and the numerology and all that, because you're going to email that to us, okay? We don't have time to investigate.
Yeah, they don't have time, man, because they don't want it being spoken out loud on their show. They don't. Remember, these are all atheists. I'm in an atheist room. I'm combating. This is a spiritual war. These are fleshly beings. I'm not flesh, folks. I'm a spiritual being. I serve the Spirit of truth, the living God, the one that breathed the breath of life on the second man, Adam. What do you mean, second man, Adam? Did I show you? 1 Corinthians right here. The last Adam is a life-giving spirit. Okay? The first man, Adam, became a living being. First man, Adam's created in an image of God. Right here. Oh, it's still on the sixth day right here. God created mankind in an image. Remember, the beast are what's created on the sixth day as well. Also, when you add 25, 26, and 27, okay, those three parables, 25, 26, and 27, because this is all going on the sixth day of creation. God creates the beasts of the earth according to their kind. The beasts of the earth are under this guy here, Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, Bible Hub. Now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast of the field that the Lord God had made. Well, what are the beasts of the field right here? God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds. Kaboom! Slap! Smash! That's what I do. This is how I read the Bible. Nobody can deny what I'm sharing, what I give you. Okay? To deny this kind of information that I'm proving to you, that it says in the scriptures itself that Jesus is the image of God. Right there. So it is written. Sorry, wrong one. Let's see. I don't have it. Let us make man in our image. 1 Colossians 1:15 Bible Hub. Jesus is the image. The Son, Jesus Christ, is the image. Jesus is the image. Jesus is the image. God said, let us make man in our image. Jesus is the image. This one created in an image is a phantom. Jesus is a phantom. Jesus is an illusion. He's a magic man. So when you atheists say you're praying to your little sky daddy God, and you guys literally are praying to a magic sky goddy. Yes, literally. Jesus Christ is your magic sky daddy because look, he's an image. He's an idol. And the Supreme Spirit tells us plainly. Exodus chapter 20, verse 4, Bible Hub. You shall not make for yourself an idol. Right there. Let me show it to you one more time. This man created in an image is an idol, the one created on the sixth day of creation in an image of God. That's a man. Let's not forget, God said, let us make man. Here we go. Let's look at the parable. God created himself a transgender. He created one man, Genesis Parthenos, male and female. He created them. And this is the spell of the God that you guys are under, the gospel, the ghost spell. Look at the words. Look at the one that's created, how God was created in an image. Look at the word image. I'm a mage. A mage is a magic man. A mage is a magistrate. John chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub. Here again, Jesus is an epithet to the word. In the beginning, Jesus is the beginning. He tells you the beginning was the word. Jesus is an epithet to the word. And when you add the sum of the word, it comes to 60. 6 plus 0 is 6. And the word said 3 times is 666. It's that simple, folks. Jesus is the beginning. So when it says Genesis 1:1, Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, Bible Hub, here's one for you. In the beginning, time, commencement of time, the time, order, or rank is made up of 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours. 2 plus 4 is 6. That is 666 that you're mocking me about there, brother. Whatever. Well, here, let's be respectful here. Secular rarity. Secular rarity, there you go, right there in your face. Okay? In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. Beginning is time. Time is a construct, a commencement of time. 60 seconds, 60 minutes, 24 hours, 2 plus 4 is 6, 666. Jesus is 666. Oh, it goes much deeper than that. In Christianity, what is Jesus Christ's number in Christianity? 888. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24, and 2 plus 4 is 6. Jesus replied, is it not written in your law, I've said ye are gods? Jesus just now says we are gods. What's Jesus' number? This is 24, 24. 2 plus 4 is 6, and 2 plus 4 is 6. Jesus is the Lord and 2 other Israelites. Who are the 2 other Israelites, huh? I guarantee you not an atheist knows that answer, but that's part of the riddle too. I have the answer, but a wise person would say, hey, do you really know the answer to that? Well, come and ask me if you're interested. I'll tell you who it is. I know exactly who it is. Jesus, 24, 24 in Greek is 66. Check this out. I could go on and on and on. Strong's Concordance 66 Bible Hub. Strong's Concordance number 66. Okay, right here to the left definition, living in the fields, wild, savage, and fierce. Who are the wild, savage, and fierce? Let's take a look. We're going to find it. I got a lot of windows open right here right now. Have to back it up one. Right here, man. God made the beast of the earth. They are the ones that are living in the fields. They're wild, and they're savage, and they're fierce. So Jesus Christ's number 2424 breaks down to 66, which is wild, savage, and fierce. What does the next number break down to? 6 plus 6 breaks down to a 12, right? Strong's Concordance number 12. So the very next number breaking down, Jesus all the way from Jesus spoke to them. Jesus right here, 24:24. His name in Greek was pronounced Iesos, okay? From Hebrew origin, Jesus, because Jesus was a Hebrew from Hebrew origin. Children of Hebrew are what? Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2, Bible Hub. You guys don't know how to read the Bible. Judah mourns and her gates languish, her people wail for the land, and cries go up to Jerusalem. Over here, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black onto the ground. God's chosen children are black onto the ground. Jesus Christ crucified was a black man, so why the hell do they got a white man on the cross? And if it doesn't matter to the Christian nations what color Jesus Christ was, then why did they turn him into a white man when he was black? Kaboom! More trash talk for you guys. So his number breaks down to a 12, which is destruction. And then what? 12, 1 plus 2, what does that come to? Strong's Concordance number 3. Because everything's associated with Jesus, number 3. He's in the tomb and raised after 3 days. Jonah was in the well for 3 days, a tomb of the well for 3 days. They're all metaphors for the number 3, because the number 3 represents Abaddon, the angel from the abyss. Abaddon, the destroyer, or placing of destruction. That's all the numbers that break down to Jesus right there. 66, here you got Jesus, 24:24. The Greeks called him Iesos. Here he is, 66. They're talking about savage and fierce, wild, fierce animals living in the field. Then you have 12 for destruction. These are all Jesus Christ's numbers, because you guys don't read. And you know what? I really do feel sorry for you, man, because you mock what I teach here. Again, let's talk more. When did Jesus disappear? He disappeared at the age of 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? Back down to Abaddon once again. And he was gone for 18 years. When you divide 3 into 18, that is 6. It takes 3 6s to go into 18. Jesus came back on scene again at age 30. If you break down 1 plus, or when he disappeared at age 12, 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 3 plus 3 equals 6. Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. 3 plus 3 is 6. And let's go ahead and run this one by you. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, Bible Hub. 9 plus 6, folks, is 15. And here you have, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. This parable is telling you that there's two Jesus Christ. I can prove it to you right here. John chapter 5, verse 31, Bible Hub. John chapter 5, verse 31, Bible Hub. Okay, this is Jesus right here. John 8:14, Bible Hub. See, you got to study the Bible, folks, to understand what's being said. John chapter 8, verse 14, Bible Hub. Okay? Jesus replied, even if I testify about myself, my testimony is not valid because I know where I came from and where I'm going. Well, the problem here with this is you don't know where he came from or where he's going, and he's telling you that. This Jesus here is right here. Got to show you guys and teach you what's being said. Okay? For unto us a child is born is Jesus of Nazareth. Well, it's really Yeshua. Yeshua, a Hebrew man. Iesos is what they called him. For unto us a child is born is Yeshua. Unto us a son, the son Jesus Christ is given. The son Jesus Christ is who? The governments will be upon Jesus's shoulders. If the governments are all that are evil, they're the ones telling us that we got to jack ourselves up with vaccines. They're the ones that are putting the drugs on the streets. They're the ones that put the prostitutions on the streets. They're the ones that send our children off to war to get slaughtered and kill one another with weapons and stuff. If the governments are all that are evil, then why do they rest on Jesus Christ's shoulders if he's the God of peace? Because Jesus isn't the God of peace, and he tells you that he's not the God of peace. Do not assume that I've come to bring peace to the world. I have not come to bring peace, but the sword. Right there, man. Okay? Peace, but the sword. Jesus is coming with the sword. How can he be the Prince of Peace if he's coming with the sword? Because he's the devil. I keep telling you, he's 666. I prove it all day long, man. I hope you take the time to watch it, because I spent 5 hours of my day watching your content, doing the video with you guys, making one video, and then realizing, you know what, I can't post this video on my channel. You guys might turn me in for copyright strikes, so I had to put it on my other channel. So look, that's it in the face, man. You guys need to wake up from your delusional state.
Investigate this right now, but send that to us, and we will definitely have a team to go through all of that. Okay, like we will have experts and math experts and everybody to come and investigate that. So send that to us.
He's gonna have what? Nobody's gonna look at it. Are you kidding me? Ain't anybody there gonna look at it. If they wanted to look at it, he would have wanted to hear more while I was on the show. If it really interested him that much, he would have asked all these questions. He would have left an open mic. He would have allowed me to answer the questions. So you guys might be frauds. You might want to check yourself. I still have respect for you. You guys still make me laugh. You still make me chuckle and stuff. You say a lot of funny shit. But you are all in error, man. Okay? An atheist, an unbeliever is no better to God than an LGBTQ or somebody that's performing in immoral sex. Genesis chapter 21, verse 8, Bible Hub. Oops, wrong one. Revelations chapter 28, verse 8. Revelations chapter 21, verse 8, Bible Hub. Right here. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts. That man that was created on the 6th day of creation is an illusionist. You understand? Okay? Idolaters and all liars. Sexually immoral. All right? And the first question that woman asked me when I got on the show is, what are your pronouns? He, them, she, them, them. I mean, what an insult. Here I come into a show to talk to them about information, and they're going to drive that. Their first guest, like I said, 24 minutes. I think a whole 8 minutes of interrupted topic. So this is why I had to make this video. All of you who perform in sexual immoral acts as man on man, woman on woman, or man or woman on beast, okay, is telling you that you will be in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Well, what's the first death? When we're born into this plane of existence. When you're born into this plane of existence, that is the first death, because you're born into a plane of existence of sin. You're not a sinner born into this world, folks. You can't be a sinner into this world when you're just a little baby and you don't know anything about sin. All right? So when somebody says that a baby isn't blessed and they ain't baptized in the Spirit of God and all that shit, that's a straight up bullshit, man. Romans chapter 6, verse 3, Bible Hub. Right here. Aren't you aware that all of us who were baptized into Christ Jesus were baptized into his death? Why weren't you baptized into his resurrection of life? Huh? Why does Jesus hold the keys to death and Hades? Revelations chapter 1, verse 18. Didn't say that, did I? Revelations chapter 1, verse 18.
According to Bible study tools, 18 I am he that liveth and was dead, and, behold, I am alive forevermore, amen, and have the keys of hell and of death.
So Jesus holds the keys to hell and death. What's the key? Images of the cross. There's your key to death right there. That's your key to death in Hades. Look. Images of the Vatican court. You guys got to study this stuff more, man. You have to understand what's going on. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm looking for a particular picture here. Okay. Right there's a Vatican court. You have the cross right there. That's your key to death in Hades. Right there, all these priests that wear these crosses around their neck and carry the cross, that's the key to death in Hades. You keep worshiping that false god, Jesus Christ, you are going to fry. Now, before I scare you all off, if I haven't already, let me be very clear. Nowhere in the Old Testament does it talk about burning hell or fire, brimstone, and all that stuff. And it's quite possible that eternal death could be being born into this plane of existence and dying again, eternally being born into this plane of existence and dying again, born again, dying again, born again, die again. And technology, I have more to share with you guys about technology. So if I call in, you should place at least a half hour aside for me to make points, all right? No interruptions, no mockery. Listen and learn the truth about 666, and I can share stuff that may bring you closer to understanding God. Really, I wish you both the greatest compassion and within friendship, Armin, Navaibi, and secular rarity. You know, I'm not your enemy. I'm just here to share information. Please take a look and listen to it. This is White Raptor News Ministries.